Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne. Um, I just want to read a short sentence, paragraph out of a book that is being produced. It's called Fireplace Chat with the Trinity. It's book number 5. Yeah, so God the Father says this in this book. Matthew, you would love this. Jesus was incarnate, me on earth. So God speaking, I gave myself to the world, sacrificed myself to the world, but most people only recognize the sacrifice. They gloss over Jesus' 33 years of demonstrating my character, his life of obedience, compassion, humility, and spirit led living. I wish more people would study his life and model their life after his, not just thank him for his death. Few people look at it, fewer still let it transform them. So, are you one of those people? Are you one of those people who celebrate Jesus' death and sing about his death all the time? I've listened to the Father, I've listened to Jesus, and they get sick and tired of people who don't demonstrate the life of Jesus, singing about how happy they are to that he died. One time, Jesus asked me, "Do you know why people in prayer meetings always thank me for the cross?" And I said to Jesus, "I don't think I want to know the reason." Jesus said, do you know the reason? I said, once again, I don't think I want to know the reason. Jesus said, well, just listen to me. You're my friend. I want to tell you. Do you know why people thank me for the cross in prayer meetings? And I said, no. And he said, because they refuse to take up their own cross. So they just thank me for my cross because they refuse to take up their own cross. Uh, Not a lot of people actually know so much about Jesus. Not a lot of people have any real knowledge or intuition or intuitive thoughts about the life of Jesus. They uh, they don't know anything outside the Gospels, and they don't really even understand the Gospels. They don't really understand Jesus. Jesus had 54 parables that he told was the basis of his teaching. And I'd say 99.5%, maybe 99.8% of Christians don't understand what his parables mean. They don't buy a book, they don't go and research a book and try and learn about the parables. They don't ask their pastors about the parables. They don't do anything to understand the parables. They just live a religious Christian life, uh, and they totally ignore what Jesus taught. They ignore his fundamental teachings, and because they don't know what sort of person Jesus was when he was living, they don't model his life. They don't become his life. It says in John 14:21 that if you love Jesus, you'll know his commandments and you'll obey his commandments. And it says if you obey his commandments, he will manifest himself to you. He can turn up in the flesh, he can turn up in visions. That's one idea of manifest. But another part of manifest is he'll show you his character. The reason why a lot of Christians aren't like Jesus or don't manifest his character is because they're not practically obeying him and living their life according to his teachings. So Jesus wants you to know him. I've got a book called Jesus Speaks Today, and I've got a book called Intimacy with Jesus Made Simple, Finding Intimacy with Jesus Made Simple. They're two books about Jesus' early life. I've got a book on his commandments called The Commandments of Jesus Made Simple, explained by Jesus himself. And we've got a book on the parables called The Parables of Jesus Made Simple, explained by Jesus himself. I encourage you to get those books. I encourage you to get to know Jesus, do some research into the type of person Jesus was, and take steps to become like him. God bless.